Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Dear Dr. Sunday show. We have started this program last week, and we're continuing this week with the second episode. And this is the time for us to look a little bit on a few messages Dr. Sunday has received from people sharing their testimonials, their experiences after reading of Dr. Sunday's teachings, or reading his books, or listening to him on YouTube or on Facebook. And we're selecting a few of those messages, and we are going to share them with you. And Dr. Sunday is going to share with you his own thoughts and what he derives of those messages. So these are messages that all of you send Dr. Sunday on a regular basis, and we would like to just share a few with you, discuss them with you, and comment on them, and also see if these things apply to you, if the stories that are shared with us apply to you as well, and if they resonate with you, or maybe they will inspire you to do some research, maybe read some books that you haven't heard of yet, or just watch some series that you haven't watched. So let's see what this will bring. But this is basically just a time for us, a casual time for us to share a few things with you, and give you an insight into how it is here, and what type of messages Dr. Sunday also receives quite often. So welcome. Please don't forget to share this. Share on Facebook, tag your friends, and make sure to invite other people and leave your comments. Maybe even you have any questions or contributions. Maybe you see yourself in the things that we discussed here and the stories that are shared with us. So feel free to share your comments, and we will maybe even try to add them and to read through them throughout the show, or definitely afterwards. But participate and relax with us. So welcome, everyone, and welcome, Dr. Sunday.
Welcome from where?
Welcome from your cocoon nest upstairs.
Well, my cocoon has been on before the whole world all these days.
Yeah. But you were actually upstairs most of the day today, right?
Today?
And then you were in court. Yes.
Okay. I was thinking that.
Yes. I was upstairs.
I was thinking
today.
I was thinking I was out.
Yeah. True. Yeah. So we were discussing something last time. Do you remember what was your impression of that letter that you got?
Of the letter, of the program, of the letter?
Everything. Actually, the program also may interest some people, and because I know, but others may not know. So what is because we did this program quite impromptu, and we decided it not last minute, but we just spontaneously said, okay, let's try something else. So what is your impression so far?
Okay, I'm still asking the question. Is it of the program or of the letter?
Of the program first.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Of the program, I think it was very nice. It was a new thing. Only we might need the second mic, because it will be too low for today. So, So I'm thinking the impression was that the seating arrangement is original.
Mm-hmm.
The whole ambience of relaxation and like summer house ambience is also very interesting. And so also is the topic that we're discussing, more kind of down-to-earth kind of questions, not celestial issues too much, but too much like real life kind of discussions that that our people could relate to with, that our audiences could relate with. So I think it's a good it's a good novice or novel is a good, your new cap. So I'm very satisfied with the, and I think this is going to be an engaging one as well. And I spoke with a brother who was whose letter I was reading, and I think he also was very satisfied and happy.
Oh, nice. So he did he watch it?
I think he got to watch it later.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was okay.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, last time we were talking about that particular letter, which was I mean, it was just full of information and so many changes that went through this person, mostly based on the books that he read from you.
Well, it's better for you to also recap that idea of the whole thing we are doing.
Yeah.
In the sense that Dear Dr. Sunday is the whole concept.
Yes.
Of
Yeah, so last time, if you were not here or if you forgot what happened, we had our first episode of this new program, and we were going through a message that Dr. Sunday received from a person who's following his teachings, and the person shared what has been happening to him throughout the journey of him following Dr. Sunday and his messages. And this person was sharing, last time we actually had the title, Dear Dr. Sunday, I can't go into the kitchen. I can't pass by the kitchen anymore. Yes. And that was because
today, no, we will not report. I wanted to just say, when I say recap, what I was actually thinking is that all this program is going to be about letters.
Yeah.
In the sense that Dear Dr. Sunday is all about you. So if you have some changes that have happened in your life, that are happening in your life, thanks to you listening, and you don't want to come on TV, you don't want to come on Kingdom Fruits, you don't want to come on video, and you want to remain incognito, or what do you call it? Anonymous. Then you might want to write to us, and then we'll be able to share your story. Only you will know. That's what I meant. But today we'll have another topic. Maybe you have to tell them about that.
Yes. So today we are talking about, I feel like watching.
No.
Oh yeah, sorry, my mistake. So we are talking, our title today is Dear Dr. Sunday, I feel like washing the toilet and bathroom. Okay? So
maybe it's a woman writing.
Yeah, you would think so. You would think it's a woman, but really it is not. It's not a woman, and that's why the title is actually being chosen, because it's not so common. It's not, you wouldn't think that a man would say that.
And he's a husband.
He's a husband, yeah. So he has a wife, and for the average African mind, you would think about, this is your wife's job or something. But that's why he actually...
Do you think it's a woman's job? It's a wife's job? You think so?
Oh yeah. Not just
wash
me.
the toilet?
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
Not just
I would
me.
not expect you to even think like that.
Oh, yeah, for the general average African woman.
So that's for you or for the general average African woman?
No, not for me.
I was thinking that's your opinion.
No. It's not my opinion.
Well, I will just get you a new job, that's all. If that's your belief, we will help you out.
No, not my belief. Definitely not.
So you are just telling me what African women are.
Yes. I just talk about the average African wife and woman, and even men, really. So that's why we chose this title, to let you know that there's a significant change that happened in this person's life, and it led to him saying these things, saying that he has the desire to wash the bathroom, wash the toilet, because of what he listened to, because of all the things he read. So it's very strange, actually. That
the teachings have impacted him so much.
Yeah.
And the books he's reading since he came to the platform. Maybe you want to read the letter just for us to hear from the horse's mouth.
Yeah. I'm going to start from the beginning and then stop where we stopped last time. So the letter goes like this. Hello DSA, my name is, and I would like to appreciate all you are doing to liberate us from the religious mindset. I am learning a lot on how to detox from the crap that my mind had been filled with in several Nigerian churches. I was introduced to you in November 2017 by a neighbor, and I have found it impossible to stop listening to your daily broadcast since then. I have been blessed far beyond what I can explain now. I've been so touched that I have bought 25 of your books. 25.
Zealous guy.
Ambitious guy. I took delivery of 10 of the books in January 2018, and I am on the 3rd book now. And we are now in beginning of February. So
You should have gotten the rest by now.
yeah, hopefully. I have read the books What Do You Do With Your Time, Church Shift, and Mountain of Ignorance. I have a target to read 1 book per week for the 52 weeks in 2018, and I believe I am on course. I've introduced you to my neighbors, brother, and family because I have been so touched. My life is gradually changing and my brain cells are resetting. I am repenting daily, changing my mind from listening to your YouTube videos and reading your books. Some little changes amongst others that have become so obvious. So he's listed 8 things here. Very interesting. And we went through a couple of them. So number 1 is, I can't pass by the kitchen and not want to wash any dirty plates that I see. I did this before, but it was more grudgingly. So the person was doing this reluctantly, was not really happy doing it, and thought he just had to, by force. The difference with me doing this now, after following you, is that it comes naturally and with love for my wife. I sincerely don't mind washing the plate for her every day of my life. I will try to explain later why these things were kind of difficult for me, because expressing emotional love used to be extremely difficult for me. Number 2, I suddenly feel like washing the toilet and bathroom regularly and relieve my wife of doing that. These are not things you explicitly said or recommended, but something in me is changing and making me more loving, especially to my wife and children. So,
we've got to discuss that one. We'll not pass that one by.
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
He said, I suddenly feel like washing the toilet and bathroom regularly and relieve my wife of doing that.
Okay. Washing the toilet and bathroom regularly.
Yeah.
So, but the whole idea is not just that he has some irrational or uncontrolled feeling of or desire for toilet. No, that has not changed. I think. I think it's just his attitude and response to the wife that has changed.
Yeah.
So just by him listening to the teachings, he got to a place whereby love to him is not just one-sided anymore. Love to him became something practical. And I think he started getting to the place where we teach that loving God is not possible without loving man. I think started getting to him. That this love we are talking about, there is no way for you to say you love God when God is in heaven. Because you would not be able to express that love to him in a tangible manner. Or some people will say, but I love God when I go to church to sing. Or I love God when I bring money to church. No, but God doesn't count that. That's a lesser thing. The things that God regards as the greater things are the things that you specifically do to man. So, because when you go to church to sing and dance and worship, you are actually getting the high. You are the one, you could be doing that for yourself. That doesn't necessarily mean that you are worshiping God. You might be doing that for your own gain. And when you do that, you are not proving anything yet, because angels could do better. And the same thing when you take money to the church, you know, the church will know you, the pastor will know that you are good, and then it's like religious, but something that only God will see, something that will actually bring out your heart. The real you is when love is expressed to a living individual.
Yeah, I find it also very interesting that because he was saying to relieve my wife of doing that, but he could also just hire someone, or say
he has to have the money to hire someone. Like
yes,
that.
Of course, on one hand,
especially when you are living in the Western world.
Yeah. But I'm also thinking.
Well, that's what I would rather do. I would rather hire someone. But for you to hire someone, you have to have had the financial ability, financial capacity. That's what is perfect, because at that time, for example, the reason I don't drive, I have a video on that.
Yeah.
Why I don't drive,
and my wife doesn't cook.
My wife doesn't cook. Why I don't drive and my wife doesn't cook.
Yeah.
That's just this exact same reason, so that my wife would not be spending a precious time doing mundane things, unless she does cook when she wants to, like for fun, just like for. But the burden is not on her. So I would rather have other people do that. The same thing with driving. The same thing with washing the toilet. But because I can afford that, but not too many people will be able to afford that. So it's better for you to actually do it yourself when you can actually do it, when you are available, when you are actually in the house, when you could actually show. And it's a way of showing your wife your understanding of what she's been doing every day, your support, and just camaraderie, or whatever I call it. The camaraderie, what kind of attitude to let her know that you are not alone in this. We are together into doing this, and I love you. I just want to be beside you. So that's excellent. I don't believe that a woman is specifically supposed to be doing one thing, unless you agree to divide the duties. If you agree to divide the duties, that's okay, because that's your agreement. But otherwise, both men and women should be helping each other out in all the domestic task and domestic duties.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that, because I know many people would think that there's a definition of division of tasks based on gender, and I think naturally things come more natural to one gender than the other. But to ascribe something specifically to a person, I think it has a lot to do with culture, not necessarily with truth. Okay, interesting.
But the ideal thing is what you had said, that hiring somebody. But then you have to be able to, because one time I was talking about that in my program here when we started the love series. A lot of guys got annoyed. Somebody even wrote me an angry letter that I said, if I marry a girl, I will be taking care of her. She will never work. She will never need to work unless she will just want to do it as a hobby. And she will never need to, worry about anything because that's why I married her, to be a husband, not for her to be paying 50% and I pay 50%. So people said, wow, what do you mean? Well, nobody will ever marry that time. All the girls will remain single. Because no man will agree for that these days. Because I said, well, I said what I would do. That's so. I think the whole argument is that nobody makes that kind of money. You will never be able to find somebody to. How is it? She will not cook. She will not do this. She will not drive. Then they will all be single. You better. What are you? You are pushing the ladies to be rebellious. All kind of thing was right.
Yeah, but like you said, the most important here is the attitude towards the wife. It's not like he started loving the bathroom or something, but his attitude to the wife changed, and the motive of him doing what he can do is because of the love for his wife.
And to relieve her. I think it's about relief.
Yeah, that's what he said here, to relieve my wife of doing that. Okay. Interesting. What a change. Okay, so number 3 is the desire.
Is anybody saying anything? Do you know if there is any response? Is there any response?
Yeah, we have. So far we have more. Hello.
Okay, because somebody might want to comment on that subject of that a man wants to now, he now wants to wash. He has a desire to go wash the toilet and the bathroom, even though if the wife is probably used to him not doing it, and the wife is, probably reconciled with that status quo.
Yeah.
But he now decided to change the status quo, and also, he also made it clear that this is not because I specifically ask people who follow me to do that, but it's just because of the spirit of love.
Yes.
And there is a regeneration, and a redemption happening to him through the messages that he listens to and the books he reads, and so there is kind of, I think you kind of imitate or learn, or maybe the grace of the people you listen to actually affect you, because that's my belief system. Even though he has not heard me teach on that, but still that belief, that undertoning,
it's a great
something came.
testimony. Yeah, it's a great testament to the spirit of God that you understand based on your experience with God, your solitude, and your relationship with God. And I love that he did say this so specifically, that he said, you didn't tell me to do this, you didn't tell me this is how love looks like, but it's just the spirit of love that you are conveying that has convinced him. And I love this so much, because it's it actually shows that it's not about you, first of all. It's not about Pastor Sunday said, Pastor Sunday's belief, or Pastor Sunday's opinion, but it's about the Spirit of God ministering to him. And I think we should really pay attention to that, because many people may think, this is maybe just, because he spoke about it, and you have. Dr. Sunday has spoken about it extensively, and he shared about it so often, several of his broadcasts. But this person didn't actually listen to these, and he came to say he took this decision based on his experience reading those books that actually don't have anything to do, not necessarily have anything to do with relationships between men and women. So,
well, that's why I was thinking maybe some people will actually have an opinion about this thing we are discussing.
Yeah.
Because some women might think it's a good thing. They might be excited about that.
Yeah.
That men are awakening to do some domestic things and help their partners. And some women might say, no, I don't want my husband to help me out in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then some men might think, no, I will never do that. Or they might rather say, no, I would like to do it. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe anybody will be commenting. But if they are not commenting, then we will continue the discussion.
Yeah, there actually is a comment. There's a comment from Carolina. Carolina says, lol, did this lady just say she doesn't believe she should wash the toilet in her home? I guess she's prepared.
One lady said that?
Yeah, I guess she's...
comment.
Yeah, that's a comment. I guess she's prepared to be single forever. Not to worry.
No, I don't get it.
No, I think her opinion is that, as I understand it, that a woman shouldn't say that she doesn't believe in washing the toilet in her home.
Maybe there was a woman that had earlier commented.
Let me see. No, I think she's actually talking to me, isn't she? Yeah,
she's talking to you.
Yeah, because I
want
said,
to hear that again.
Yeah, because I earlier said that I'm not the one who
believes
in
it's the
washing
African
the
ladies
toilet.
who believe that.
Toilet, yes. So she's saying, did this lady just say she doesn't believe she should wash the toilet in her home? I guess she's prepared to be single forever. Not to worry, dear. Pastor Sunday will always have space for you in his house and in his office while he enjoys his old family.
In his office?
In his office and in his house while he enjoys his own family.
His own family. So I want to hear your response.
Oh, I was going to ask for your response. But I already responded to this. We actually, I was saying that, personally, this is, this is my opinion, and I was saying that it is not about agenda, but it is about sharing the tasks that are, that have to be done, the tasks that have to be done, and you are there with your husband or children. It's not even just a husband and child thing. It's more a family thing, and it's about helping each other, supporting each other. So if it's about the toilet, or if it's about washing the dishes, or if it's about fixing something that is broken, if you can do it, you can do it, and there's no problem in doing so. I believe that there's nothing you should ascribe to someone because of their gender. First and foremost, I think you should look at the skills and then agree on who can do what. And if this is something you feel like you can do better and you want to do, you shouldn't be forced to do it. You should agree on doing it, and if the other person can or can help, that's how I see a relationship. And it's not even a romantic or marital relationship. Even with my housemates or roommates, these are things we agree on. These are things that anybody can do. There's no gender ascribed to it. So, we're not talking about childbearing. That obviously is exclusive to a woman because of her biological predisposition. But in general, anybody can do anything. And I don't think this should be ascribed to a particular gender. So, yeah, that's my opinion. What do you think?
I need to hear that comment again before I could comment on it.
Okay. So the person is saying, did this lady just say she doesn't?
Julie.
This lady, me, just say she doesn't believe she should wash the toilet in her home. I guess she is prepared to be single forever. Not to worry, dear. Pastor Sunday will always have space for you in his house and in his office while he enjoys his own family. Keep up the good job.
Well, I think there is a kind of vendetta spirit or tone. Vendetta spirit or attitude.
Yeah.
In that comment. That's the way it comes across.
Yeah.
But if Bayowa says she blocked her, I would not appreciate. I would not appreciate that. I would not like people to be blocked for such a simple comment like that. She's not really being insulted. She's not being insulted.
Maybe a bit rude, but
I would not even call that as rude. I would just think she's being sarcastic.
Yeah. Okay.
She's being sarcastic, but not necessarily rude. And I think she might be implying some more things. But what I could get from what she's implying is the fact that she might be a typical, traditional, in marriage institution kind of lady. And I think she might not have been patient to quite understand what you meant.
Yeah.
And what you were talking about is not about the fact that you don't believe in washing the toilet in your own house.
Yeah.
Because you are doing it now in your own place where you live.
Yeah.
So, but what you are talking about is about not categorically ascribing that just to a woman. And that since we are partners, anybody could do it, and we should help one another out. I think that's what I'm hearing you talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and then I also see that to this lady, marriage is a big deal. And I see that there are a lot of people in our world who would think that marriage is also a big deal. As if, you will remain single forever is a big problem. I don't see any problem in remaining single forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a tragedy. So she is probably looking at it as if that's the worst thing that could happen to a woman, to remain single forever, which is not the case, because remain single is as great. I personally think, like Apostle Paul, that it's more a challenge to be married. It's actually easier. It's an easier life. It's a better life. It's a more progressive life, a more productive life if you are single But that means if you understand singleness. If you don't understand the benefit and the blessing of singleness, then you'll be in sorrow and in sadness, like most people thinking that you are unlucky, but we're not really saying that it's a big, big luck and a big blessing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that if that comment had been made to somebody who is less secure in herself and who is rating our own life and our own womanhood by marriage, that could have been damaging to her.
Yeah.
But I hope maybe it's not as damaging to you.
No.
Because you are not rating your life by marriage or something.
No. I'm very used to this type of comments, actually. Yeah. Actually, this could even have been coming from my mother, like maybe a year ago, months ago. I think she's understanding my perception of life right now a bit better, but even she would be saying things like that. You have to learn to cook, you have to learn to clean, you have to do this, you have to be a good wife, and this is what kind of makes you the good wife. Yeah.
Or a human being.
Exactly. So I never, even before I listened to your teachings and your opinion about this, I always thought, for me, equality is very important, especially when it comes to men and women. And even though I really love being a woman, and I think there are differences in attitudes, in approaches, and everything, but at the end of the day, we're still human beings. We still carry the same spirit. We are made in God's image, and that's what's the most important thing. So if you are supposed to give somebody worth, you should look at the fact that they're made in God's image, and that's it. And if the person is married, happy days. If not, happy days. It is still the same thing. The person has still the same value. The person has still the same capacities. There are limitations, on one hand and the other. As a single person, you're not as limited as when you are in a relationship, when you're married. And I think that's such a great privilege. I personally really enjoy my singleness, and I wish, if I look at the people around me, most of my friends actually are either in a relationship or married or divorced, really. And I wouldn't want to change with them. I definitely wouldn't want to switch with them.
Don't want to become like them.
No, I don't. I would never want to switch. I would never want to exchange my life.
Otherwise, you won't be here now.
Yeah. And every time they ask me, the funny thing is they come and ask me for advice. They ask me for advice in regards to their relationships and regards to their lives. It's not me going to them. And you could say, oh yeah, because you have Dr. Sunday next to you, so you can always ask him. But it's not, because this even started before I came here. So you can ask my friends. They would always ask me questions about what to do with my boyfriend, what to do with my child, what to do with, all the time.
With my marriage.
Yeah. So it's no big deal for me. And I just hope, the only thing I hope is that people have understanding for each other, so you don't have to do what I do and I don't have to do what you do, but at least try to understand first before, just jumping to your conclusion and, I don't know, putting a stamp on somebody because they think something different. So I appreciate that she actually shared this comment, and I think it shows that we're just all different and we all have our perspectives, and that's fine, but we shouldn't force anybody to be a certain way because we think this is right. So
benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt, yeah.
But we'll go back to our topic of today,
yes.
which is
what is the topic?
Dear Dr. Sunday.
Dear Dr. Sunday, I feel like washing the toilet and bathroom.
Do you think what will a woman think? That my question is, what will a woman think? My own understanding of women will tell me that any wife should be excited, that any wife should be happy to hear that her husband is now coming back to her to tell her such words that, you know what, princess or whatever they call her, honey, will you just go, you can go now and take some rest, or go and do some other things. I will take care of this. What will a woman think? What will a woman feel like? You being a woman, What would a woman feel like in that sense? I think they missed out on your expression.
Well, what a woman would think about this, I think she would feel, first of all, appreciated. She would feel that someone is paying attention to her and to what she's doing. And then that someone really loves her, because he said he's doing it out of love, but I think to a woman, he wouldn't even have to say that, because a woman knows that, relieving her of a burden is a sign of love for her. And I think this woman really must feel very happy. It's actually the title that we had yesterday. Well, the first part of it, that true love is happy, that it makes her happy, the fact that love is shown to her. And I would feel even more motivated as a woman to do more. Even though he's actually saying don't, because I'm going to do it, I would feel like, oh, you know what, next time I'm going to do this and I'm going to do more. Because he appreciates it and he shows me that he is appreciating it. So it's a very motivational
so it's good. It's a very good thing for men to hear that.
Yeah. They should do these things. Not, obviously the motive is important, and I think a woman feels that as well. If your motive is right, like if it's based on love and not because you're opportunistic and you want something. And this is even more meaningful to a woman, and it actually makes a man even more attractive, I think, to a woman, that you do what you do out of love and not because.
So men that are watching you right now should actually get a trick for their family, to better their family life.
Yeah, that's a really good tactic. A really good what can I say?
Attitude.
Yeah, it's response. Good response. If you feel like, oh, my wife is like this, my wife is like that, maybe try what this person has been doing. Try to, wash the dishes because you feel like just relieving her. Or even if it's not something in the house, maybe you just want to give her a massage. Something that is going to relieve stress, that is going to relieve burden, that is going to relieve the tension, the duties, all the things that is going on in her head. Just one thing, I think, it's helpful. It is helpful, and it is appreciated. So, yeah, it obviously always depends on the person. That's what I personally always say. It depends on the person, because every woman is different. And I don't like when men put women into one box and say, oh, this is what you have to do because she's a woman. Or women always like flowers. Or women always like lipstick or something like that. Some women don't. So it's important that you do what you do out of love, but because you know the person. You know your woman, you know your wife, you know that this is actually something that is going to relieve her, and not because you heard it here and you're just going to try something. So try to, act based on what you know and then on what you learned, and try to combine the two. That's what I would say. Okay. So the next point that he mentions, so some of the changes that he's going through, is the desire to watch movies has suddenly disappeared.
That's a big one.
Because it now just...
He doesn't want to watch movies anymore.
No more movies. Because it now just feels like a total waste of my precious time. I realize now from your books that my time is my life, and I have the power to ensure every day is effectively used to better my life and better humanity. Wow. And he's talking about your book, Time Conversion. What would you say about this comment?
Oh yeah, that he doesn't want to watch movies anymore. He doesn't feel like watching movies anymore. And that it feels like a time...
Waste of time.
Yeah. Waste of time wasting venture. You know what? I hear that a lot. Once people begin to listen to me, a lot of people say that. A lot of people actually say that they lose their appetite for movies, television. Some people say they've had, If they have been listening to me for 1 year, after that 1 year they've not put on TV or movie or not been watching the series they've been watching. And I think that is one of the most important thing that could happen to anybody. That is one of the most important signs that somebody has been listening to me. And I always say, if you have been listening to me, if you have not listened to 200 messages, you've not really listened to me. But by the time you don't want to listen to anything else, but you want to, just be educating yourself, self-education, you want to begin to do solitude, you don't want to watch movies, you don't want to waste life. That shows that you have been listening to me. Not just been present with your body, but you've actually been hearing me. It's listening is different from hearing.
Yeah.
So it means that guy has been hearing me for real, because I cannot believe it that people will sit down and watch movies for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I can't believe people are doing that. That's crazy. I mean, it has to be somebody who doesn't have direction in life.
Oh,
you have to be lost big time for you to do that.
Wow.
Yeah, but if you do it once in 3 months, once in 6 months, maybe, or once in maybe 2 months, maybe you want to for a change. But if you are really a focused person, if you are really a serious person, if you really know your life and what you want with life, if you are a forward-thinking person, if you are a person of projection and of foresight, you will never do that. But if you are not a person of foresight, you just live for the day, you just survive, you are just making a living, you're just trying to wind away time and kill time and just to find something to do. You are bored, you are living a bored life. Yeah, then I can understand, because you don't have life. You are just wasting life, so you better waste it on movie. But if you are not wasting life, if you are not just following life and living and running after mirage, if you are not living an empty life, but you actually have a purpose and you understand that purpose, you understand life, and you understand your life, what to expect, what you look forward to, what you want to bring out of your life, you don't have time for that, because you are too focused on the things that are important. But some people might find it maybe a bit difficult to make the switch, because they have lived that lifestyle for so long, and it is wired into their brain cells, and their membranes are recorded that pattern of life, and so it's like they are addicted to it.
Yeah, they're possibly connected to relief or relaxation or something.
Yeah. So for some people, that is what rest means.
Yes.
So if they have done their most important thing, and that is how they relax, maybe it's okay. But they shouldn't be doing that in place of building their future. If it is in place, if it is afterwards, that is understandable.
Yeah.
So I will not totally rule out
Watching
TV, movies, but it should come as a side thing rather than a major thing in life, in your life.
Yeah. Okay. I think many people can live with that, actually, of using that as a side kind of thing, because there's just too much going on, really. There's so much going on in the world, and then people come and tell you, oh, do you know this movie? Did you watch this? Did you watch that?
Nobody tells me that.
Yes, of course.
Sometimes they will write me a letter or call and ask, but the people don't really talk to me individually about that.
Yeah, but I think it's because they know you. They know that this is not necessarily something you do or be interested in. It's just like, I remember people at school, who were trying to ask me if I had time after school, and once I told them no often enough, they would be like, okay, we got it. Don't even ask, because she can't. So I think that's what's also happening with you. But I'm also, I like that you're saying it's not something that completely should be ruled out. And it also appeals to the fact that people should think. You're saying basically you should
get your priorities right.
Yes, get your own priorities right. Build your life based on how it should work for you. If you are a focused person, if you are someone who has a vision and who's working towards that vision, because it's important that you consider all these things and what impact they have on your life. And he's also saying that every day is effectively used to better myself and humanity. And if you realize that, you will actually be able to do a comparative analysis and say, okay, if I now watch a movie and actually what I want to do is to better myself and humanity, maybe I should just not watch that movie because I wouldn't be able to do these things. So it's not just, removing something just to have more time to do another thing. But just like Dr. Sunday said, priorities are important.
No, I think what we have to point out in what he is talking about is the fact that this desire to stop watching movies is not something that he decided to do.
Okay.
If you read the letter carefully, you will discover that what he's saying is that these were all just natural consequences of him listening and consuming Pastor Sunday's book.
Okay.
And listening to the messages. Not that he took a decision or he heard Pastor Sunday say, don't watch movies.
Yeah.
He didn't hear me explicitly say that. And he didn't even take that decision, I will not watch movies anymore. It just fell out because he discovered a greater purpose.
Yeah.
A greater reason for life and for living. So because he discovered that, life is more precious. There are better things I could do with my life rather than just whining the time out of boredom and out of just,
options.
not having a greater vision cast before you.
Yeah.
Not having a greater motivation. I think what he's talking about is that it now got a kind of motivation and a greater reason to live than just for your pleasure and just for his own satisfaction. So because he got that now, I think that this whole thing is about him getting the reason for life and a meaning to life, a greater meaning to life that draws out other things that are of lesser significance and importance. So those things, he might still be able to do them, but they just don't occupy that place of importance in his life, like this newfound zeal for benefiting humanity, living for purpose that he has newly acquired just listening and reading the books.
So it's not just a reordering of the things he
Came
had.
naturally.
It's just something else.
Grace.
Replaced.
If you keep on reading the letter, you will see where he was talking about that there is something about your messages that actually kind of remutate or what they call it, mutilate or whatever, reformulate.
Reset it?
No, reformulate your cells and your brain, your cells and your membranes and your brain, it just remutilates it. It just reorganizes it and makes you to want to desire the right thing. That's the kind of point he's trying to make.
Okay.
Just the same thing with the toilet and the same thing with the kitchen. All the drawers of life are dropping out. So the drawers are dropping out, and then the gold and the diamond is coming through. Basically.
Wow, this is interesting. So he found the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you, I think, can you find that place? I think there should be a place lower and maybe lower down there where he was talking about that something happening to him out of his own, that goes beyond his own thinking. Or did you speak? Is it there? Yeah. Okay. If you don't find it, I will find it maybe.
Okay.
But meanwhile, maybe you will find some comments from people. Meanwhile, then.
Yes.
And I'm sure some people might be writing some things.
Okay. Yes. Let me see. Okay. Comments. Okay. So, Viola is saying, very educative and encouraging to share duties together, hence promoting bonding, watching from daily. Hello, Viola. Thank you for watching. Taiwo is saying, very encouraging message, DSA. I agree. Husbands should help their wives. Houseworks are not an easy task for a woman to do everything. So to do all. Okay. Abimbola said, Okay, ma'am. She's replying to Carolina, but she's also saying, I'm married with 2 kids, and I have been married for 13 years, and my husband washes the toilet all the time, and I have seen some men do that. Okay? Okay. Mojisola says, yes, definitely. Mojisola says, if you have love in your home, anyone does house chores. Anyone spends money, and the money of both belongs to both when there is true love. My belief, though.
Beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the thing that the brother was saying,
yes,
about in the letter, just before the point, if you look at the paragraph just before the point, you will see where he was talking about his cells and his, being reorganized.
Yeah, recently.
Can you read that particular one?
Yes.
That paragraph.
So he's saying.
So that explains why he found this newfound energy and zeal.
The changes, yeah. I have introduced you to my neighbors, brother, and family because I have been so touched. My life is gradually changing and my brain cells are resetting.
You say brain cells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm repenting daily, changing my mind from listening to your YouTube videos and reading your books. Yeah.
Repenting daily.
Mm-hmm.
And the brain cells
are resetting.
Resetting.
Mm-hmm.
And it is as a result of that reset that he now felt all of a sudden the desire to help the wife,
mm-hmm.
both in the kitchen or in the home keep,
mm-hmm.
in the toilet, in the washroom, the bathroom, and also in improving himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he is repenting daily, it's probably first of all about his pastoral relationship with God.
Yeah.
About, that's why we repent, because we want to be better with God. We want to move closer to God. We want to, we want to remove all the things that are standing between us and God.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. We want to become a better human, better
Mm-hmm.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the next point he mentions is, I do not have the burning desire to pick up my phone and play that addictive game I always play.
I can't believe that. My own thought all the while is that games are for children. I don't know grown-up people who play games. This guy is about 40 years old.
Yeah. Wow. This is interesting.
Do they play games?
Yeah, apparently.
That should be very frustrating to wives.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me.
I can imagine.
Because a wife will be busy with the children. A wife is busy with the kitchen. A wife is busy with the toilet. A wife is busy going to work. And then you come back from work, your husband is playing games. I think some wives will feel like slapping those kind of husbands. Even me, I feel like slapping them. Even me, I feel like slapping them. It used to be newspapers. Mm-hmm. It used to be men sitting by the newspapers and
mm-hmm.
they just reading newspapers. But then it became television. Then it became computer. Now they have games for grown-up men.
Yeah.
I don't even know this happens. I know my son, in our house, my son used to like games. But this was between the age of 5 to 10. Once he was 11, we sent him to Africa. Mm. After 1 year in Africa, no computer, no electricity, no water, nothing.
He learned.
He came back, forgot about games, only books.
But it's really, it's a very dangerous thing actually, because games have been upgraded to an extent that you have adult games and they make you become addicted to them. In fact, there was a game that recently, I don't know, 2 years ago or something, but it's called Pokemon Go. Yeah? And maybe some of you know of this game, but it is where you have to find Pokemon. Yeah? Like you have
What is Pokemon?
Oh god, Pokemon. It's basically
like gold?
Well, you can play.
Like
yeah,
treasure?
it's like you have these little pets that you have to find.
Pets?
Yes, and you gather them. And the more you have, the more powerful you are or something, yeah? So you have this on your phone.
Like, maybe like a gold digger.
Yeah, you could say that. But it's these virtual pets that have powers.
Pokemon?
Pokemon. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Yes. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yes.
Mon.
Pokemon.
Man.
Mon. And it started like a cartoon.
Is it a Japanese or something?
Yeah, it is.
Or it's Chinese kind of
Yes,
thing?
yeah.
Pokemon.
And it
But that's
started
the way it's making my tongue. It's making my tongue sound Chinese.
yeah, it is. And
Pokemon. And grown-up people play?
In my whole office, everybody played that game. And you know the
What's
problem,
wrong with them?
The problem is you have to look at your phone, because your phone is showing you where the Pokemon is, and in real life. So basically, when you move 5 meters, you get closer to it. So you would see people walking like this in the office with their phone, trying to find Pokemons everywhere, in meeting rooms, in the toilet, outside in the garden, everywhere.
But it's a mirage.
Yes. So,
And they know it's a mirage.
yes.
And they're still doing it?
Yes.
Are they sick?
Yes. I would say they were.
I hope they were not married.
They are. They were married, not married, both. All of it.
What will happen to their wives?
All of them would do it. Even
But then what will happen to their duties?
Yeah, we had even conversations in the office would go based on that game. They would talk with each other, say, "Oh, how many did you find? Oh, I found this and this." And I would sit there thinking, "Really?
Pokemon?
Yeah."
Is this finished now? They found everything?
Yeah, it's
Now it's Bitcoin. Now it's Bitcoin.
This is
Now it's Bitcoin they are finding, eh?
Yeah, people were addicted to it. Bosses were playing it. I mean, it's
And they got delivered all of a sudden, eh?
yeah. I think these things get replaced all the time with other things. So people are easily. Oh yeah, someone is saying Candy Crush. Candy Crush too. Yeah, Candy Crush.
What is candy? They will find candy, looking for candy?
Yeah, it's like a game on your phone, and you have to tap 5 or I don't know, a group of the same candy, and then they just.
What about if you don't eat candy? I stop eating candy.
No, it's not the same. Pastor is so old school. No, but
No, okay. Yeah, if you say I'm old school, because I don't know Pokemon and I don't know Candy what?
Candy Crush.
Okay, Candy Crush. But that is why I know what I know. When you are playing your Pokemon and Candy Crush, I was studying, developing my brain and developing my spirit. Now when I talk, everybody is saying we never had anybody talk like this because you were busy doing Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I was not busy. I never heard of it. And I never heard of Candy Crush. I was busy developing my spirit, doing solitude, converting my time into value. Now I can talk, and the whole world is saying we never see anybody talk like this.
I'm telling you, you are really.
That's why I never watch movies. I stopped watching movies when I was 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it is really necessary. I only watch documentary movies.
Yeah.
Because I have something better to do with my life. I've got to convert my life. That's why I'm writing all these books.
Yeah.
And everybody say, how do you come up with all these books? Because I'm not going to parties. Have you ever seen me in a party since you've been here? No time. Are you going to visit? Have you ever seen me going to visit anybody?
No.
Huh? I'm living in prison, isn't it? I'm living in a prison, isn't it?
Apparently a very envied prison, though. Yeah.
I'm living in a prison, yeah.
Oh boy, it's like you just want this 0.01% in the world who just got it right. Everyone else was playing Candy Crush and Pokemon, and it's just.
But their life is going.
Yeah.
Their life is reducing. Every second, your life is reducing. Yeah. So that life that is reducing, getting lost, could be converted to something more valuable. But now you are using the price of life. It's like you are using $1 million to buy candy, and you just chew a chewing gum, and the chewing gum is costing $1, and you give $1 million for it, because your life, the price of your life, is worth more than $1 million.
Yeah.
And if you are spending 1 hour of that life, it's like you are giving $1 million to get something that gives you only satisfaction of equivalent of $1 candy. So I don't do it. I do I try to use my time, my life to buy something of equal value or greater value.
Well, someone is asking here, DSA, do you watch football at all? I mean, or do you watch football at times? If not, I want to convert you to be an Arsenal fan, the best football team ever.
You have to give me the name of the person who is talking about Arsenal.
The person is Dadak Bon Emekbo.
Huh?
Dadak Bon Emekbo. Dadak Bon. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it well. Dadak Bon.
But the name is Dada, right?
No, Dadak Bon.
Dadak
Bon. Arsenal. Yeah.
Arsenal fan.
Yes.
But now I watch football. Let me make that clear.
Okay.
I do watch football once in a while. So he said it right.
Mm-hmm.
I watch football once in a while. Mm-hmm. But how many times have you seen me watching football since you came?
Not once.
I think you've seen me once, no? Not once. Oh, okay.
Wow.
I watch football, but let me tell you the way I watch it. I cannot watch football the way you people are watching it. If you are talking about becoming Arsenal fan, that is not watching football anymore. That is becoming a fan.
Mm-hmm.
That is becoming a fan. For me, becoming a fan means following and applauding somebody who is busy fulfilling their purpose. And nobody has a purpose of applauding another person's house.
Yes.
So if that other person had not been busy fulfilling his own purpose, you will not be there applauding him. Mm-hmm. And the reason you are applauding him is because he's doing well in his own purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather be doing well in my own purpose so that people will be applauding me and following me rather than me becoming a fan. So I cannot be a fan in that sense. Mm-hmm. But I do watch football. Let me tell you in what case. Yes, in which cases I watch football. Yes. But not only football I watch. I watch football and boxing.
Oh, okay.
And boxing. Now let me tell you the way I do it. If I'm going to watch football, if to really watch anything, I would rather watch someone like Messi. They call it
yes.
Messi.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one I really like to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Now there is another guy now. Maybe he's in Arsenal or somewhere else. Maybe he's in Liverpool. He's an Egyptian player. Mm-hmm. They call him Salah or something. Salah, yeah. So those guys, but the way I watch them, it's not like watching a full game, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Yeah. No, it's the 5 minutes slot.
Which 5 minutes slot?
They do some highlights. Yeah, they call it highlights.
Oh.
Yeah. That highlight, I could do that. Yes, because the highlight is short. The highlights will just go for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That's good. But I could watch full time too.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's why you have not seen me watch football or anything like that, because I can watch full time, but I get to watch full time football when it is World Cup. Mm-hmm. That's once in 4 years. I think 4 years has not passed since you came.
No.
That's why you have not seen me.
Wow,
but when it is World Cup, then I can watch football, but not watch all World Cup. No. But I can watch, when I was younger, when I was in the university, I could watch all World Cup. Not all, but a lot. But now, I can only watch when Nigeria is playing. Mm. Or maybe another African country.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't take too much of my time.
Okay.
But otherwise, I will watch their highlight of some other ones. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's how I watch football. So that may be once or twice in a year. Mm-hmm. And then I watch also boxing. I watch boxing. So I'm a big boxing fan. Wow. Only I don't have time for it. But I do watch it when it's some good matches, some good boxing games.
Wow.
I think who are the ones I would like to watch now? The other day I watched Anthony Joshua and Klitschko. Mm. Yeah, but Anthony Joshua, because he's a black guy and a Nigerian, and then Klitschko is Ukrainian, so I was really interested in watching that. Yeah. That I watched.
Nice.
And I had Anthony Joshua had some fight after that, but no time for that. It's not big enough.
Yeah.
Only when it's Super League kind of thing like that. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. This is very.
So don't think I don't have fun.
Yeah. Okay.
But for example, today when we were doing letters, when
Yeah.
I'm having break, I could combine.
Yeah.
I was watching some boxing, just snippets like that. When I will have a little break, but that's it. Just 5 minutes there. That's good enough for me.
Okay. So then, like one, I think you got your answer.
But I
Is
will
there-
never be converted to a fan, to a whatever, Arsenal fan. If I'm going to if I'm going to watch anything, I would rather. But it's too painful for me to be sitting down 1 hour or 2 hours watching a football for any fan or any team.
Yeah.
It's too. My what I know is going to conflict with that. Well,
Yes.
my
I've seen
knowledge,
that. I've seen that.
Oh.
It's like you're restless if you realize that you're not doing something.
Yeah.
It's really it's crazy.
Yeah.
But you feel like, wow, he just can't do nothing.
Yeah, I
You know,
can't.
he always has to have his iPad, and he's always, even if he's talking to someone, at least he's talking to someone.
Yeah.
Or then he gets, when he gets to listen a lot, then he takes his iPad.
Yes.
I think I never see you like not doing anything
Something, I cannot
longer
do
than maybe
anything.
10 minutes or something. That's even max.
Yeah.
So, wow, interesting. So you got your answer, Dadakbon. Thank you for asking. I'm sure many people would have wanted to know this because we all talk about Dr. Sunday like he's out of this world, but he actually watches some of these things. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. So maybe continue with the letter.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. So I want to finish these 8 points today. Let's see. He was
That's a high call for you.
He's saying, I do not have a burning desire to pick up my phone and play that addictive game I always play. It might not look like a big deal, but I now realize how much of my life that I have wasted.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Is
like
that
you
not a
said.
big deal?
Yeah, it is a big deal.
Because his eyes opened. Now he knows it's a big deal.
Yeah.
His eyes opened. But his eyes open when he's 40. But some people's eyes is better for it to be open now than to be open when they are 80 or when they are 60. Then they stop playing games at 60 or 50 or 70.
Yeah.
It's better to the earlier the better. So that's why I'm saying I don't even know there are people like that in the world. And that shows to you that the whole world is biomass.
Yeah.
A lot of people in this world are just biomasses.
A lot.
They're just following the crowd. They're just looking for pleasure. Bread and pleasure. That's what the world is about.
Yeah.
Not about meaning.
Yeah. They think after graduation, no more education. That's it. You've studied, you've gone to school.
But see what he said. He realized.
Yeah. He realized that how much of his time, of my life that I have wasted. So he's saying that.
For me, is even more unexplainable being a black African. I cannot believe that there are black Africans who come, now I can understand better why so few Africans are superbly successful. For me, it's so easy to be successful. Because I don't spend any minute doing unnecessary stuff. So for me to be successful in everything is so easy. It's so elementary for me. So I can't understand why there are millions of Nigerians like me. I think every Nigerian is like that. But I'm surprised when I see most Nigerians are just like normal human beings, just normal, just human beings. But you are going to be just like that when you are playing games. You don't live to be successful. You don't live to be competitive. So I cannot live. Why should you leave Africa then? I personally don't understand. Why should I leave Africa if I'm just going to be normal? If I'm just going to be mediocre? If I'm just going to be just like even lower than the white people?
Yeah.
For me, that is inconceivable at all.
Yeah.
There is no way I will leave Africa to you, to any country, Europe, America, and be lower than the people who didn't go anywhere. At least I should be better than most people who just live in that country, who don't go anywhere. I should be in the 1% of that country and of the world. But that's the same thing. If I go to Africa now, the same thing will happen. Why should I live here then if I'm not going to make it big there? So if I go to Africa, I'm going to be in the 1% already. If I go to America, the same thing. If I go to Europe, the same thing. Because that's, I was thinking like this, not now. I was thinking like this when I was in the Domila. I was thinking like this when I was 19. That if I'm going to go to Europe, any university I go, and I was supposed to go to Colombia, my own determination was just to be the very best there, but not just to be the best academically. For example, I know people who are in America, and they're just working. America is not even aware they're there. I cannot do that. I cannot live like that. I cannot even live with myself to live like that. If I'm in America, it's Congress will know I'm in the country. White House will know I'm there. Not just know like somewhere. They will be constantly hearing from me. You know, the television stations will know I'm there. If I'm in England, the whole country will know I'm around. Even living in Ukraine, they know I'm around. If you go and read the projection of CIA is American intelligence. Okay, they write my name there. So who are the people to control the future? I am one of the 4 or 5 people they said. Sunday Adelaja is going to be one of the people to control the future. CIA is American. What are you doing? Okay, close your thing now.
Yeah.
So I'm not even living in that country, in America. But they go throughout the world. I am locked in here in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I've not traveled out of Ukraine for the past 10 years. And yet, American CIA is saying it's one of the people to control the world will be Sunday Adelaja.
Wow.
They are writing, they have something they call projection, the world in 2025, 2030. And my name is there.
Wow.
Projection of what will happen in the world.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow.
So why should I leave Africa if I'm not going to be that person?
Your reality is different.
Or maybe I begin to think like that. I was thinking everybody was thinking like this before.
No. Your reality
Tell me about that.
Your way of looking at the world is just different. It's almost like saying everybody else still thinks that the world is
Rolling,
just
exactly.
or
flat.
just flat, exactly. And you're the one who's saying, no, the world is actually round. This is how it looks like. And that's why everyone is like, oh, yeah, everybody's saying the world is flat, so I'm just gonna roll with this.
Yeah.
Roll with this. But you're saying, no, I've done my research. Look, actually, I use that telescope and I'm checking and I see that there's actually something rotating and something is moving. And so it's, your reality is just very different. It's like you're living in a parallel world with with some other few people there. So when you talk about Congress and White House and everything, for the rest, most of the people, it's like, oh, that's too far away. It's like, we don't even go that way. We don't go that route.
But even my children, they are just like 15, 20, 17. They think like me now. They think like this.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? They're just kids, but they don't even see the world any other way otherwise.
Yeah, because you've given them that knowledge. But the knowledge that most people receive is the knowledge that the earth is flat.
Just to make a living?
Yes. Especially when you come from Africa, what you're thinking is the most important thing is that I don't starve, I'm not hungry, and I do better than my parents.
No, it's not possible.
Yeah.
Have you ever met people thinking like that?
Oh, yes,
in Europe?
of course. Even I was saying that. I was saying at least I'm going to do better than my parents.
No, it's not possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my own place, and I'm gonna have my own car,
in
and
Germany?
I'm gonna have
But
because
let
even
me tell
the
you something.
Germans think like that. Even the Germans, it's not like they're saying I'm not gonna live like my parents because their parents had a good life, most of them, but they don't think beyond it because it has already reached the
limit.
Yes, the limit of what is possible in the reality that they live in. So,
but let me tell you something about Germany. You lived in Germany and you were thinking like I would just be better than my parents. But Julie, I'm going to tell you something about Germany because personally, I found it easier to make it and make it big and be successful in Germany easier than anywhere else I've found. For me, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I see, as a black man, I'm talking as a black man. Because the key, and I know the key, I can tell you the key later on, maybe not today, right now.
Okay.
It's easier to be successful. I know people, Nigerians, who leave Germany and run to England because of the language. Because, they want to go to English speaking or go to America or go to England. They get the papers and go to England. Because they think they can, no, English is got better for them. But then, in England, people find it more difficult. And even me, when I went to England, I found that it's a little bit more difficult to really make it big, like in Germany. France, I think, is more difficult. But I think Germany is easy. Scandinavia is more difficult. But Germany is easier. England is easy. France is more difficult. Scandinavia is more difficult, most difficult. America is easiest. To be in the first 1%. But for me, I know where it's difficult. For me, nowhere is difficult at all. If I'm in Scandinavia, I'm going to be in the first 1%. If I'm going in France, I'm going to be 1%. If I'm in America, Germany, I'm the same thing. I'm going to England, the same thing. It's but I think you are right that it depends on the mindset. And I want you to help people, even help me. Because I don't even see. You say I'm living like I'm living in a parallel world. My mindset is different. I don't even see. I think I'm just normal. I'm just normal. That's all. So what is it? You live with me. You live in this house. You see me, and you know human being. Because I don't even know how normal people think. But what do you see to be this difference? You've already mentioned one, that I'm always busy, or always I don't want to waste any minute. Mm-hmm. But what are the things you're going to be thinking, or in what? What are the things that change? I'm not even. I just think I'm just okay. I'm just normal.
Okay, one thing I can mention that immediately comes to my mind is details. Okay. For example, like looking at details. For example, I was thinking I'm a detailed person. That I, look at small things, and for example, if I see something on the floor, I would pick it up.
Especially being from Germany, German people.
Yes, but coming pedantic. Here, it's not just that you see this too, but you would even explain what that means when someone picks it up. What does it tell about the person, and why nobody else did see it? And you would be able to spend at least half an hour explaining this and deriving all sorts of lessons and conclusions of this little gesture of someone. Or, for example, someone comes into a room and closes the window when, everybody else is just not doing anything. I would think, oh, thank you. And I will continue doing my thing. But if I'm cold, or I would just acknowledge that the person is there. Or some people wouldn't even notice that someone closed the window in the first place. But you would actually see that this person has come to close the window. And you would look at everyone else. You are somehow understanding that these people, this person is reacting this way. This person is reacting this way. This is a person who would probably have done the same thing, but didn't because they were comfortable. This person is too shy to say something. This person... So you would just have this holistic, telescopic kind of view of everyone and everything, where I'm thinking, do you even have the time? Where do you find the time to make all that analysis? Because afterwards, what I've noticed is, for example, if there's a problem, maybe two people have a quarrel or something and need advice, or someone has a question, or something generally is happening. The fact that for you don't just give the response give a response to that person, and the person can move on. But you would actually go back to what you have observed beforehand, how the person was sitting, the window, the thing that was on the floor, all these things, you would just connect them and formulate your answer. And I mean, I don't know, what it's like a whole new dimension of looking at things. So in terms of details, for example, details for you are not details. So I would actually say there should be a different word for it. Like the understanding of me for details is much different from your understanding of detail. And I think it's much broader and much deeper. And
or when you came, for example, I was always banging on you. Not now, but the first time you came.
Yes.
Being the here and now. Maybe that is also a factor.
Yeah.
Maybe most people are not explaining that to them.
Yeah, when I came here the first time during my HMT.
No, not necessarily on your example. Just as is that a factor? I just want to know.
Yes.
Is that a different thing than from other people?
It is because I think.
Just tell them what we are talking about.
Yeah, so we're talking about me not being in the here now the first time that I came.
Not just you. I'm not talking about you. Talk about you, but the factor. Yes. Yeah.
So
what's that point? The first point you made was detailed.
Yes.
What's the second point?
The second point is here, being in the here now, attention. Yeah, and being not just attention. Again, this would be something I would say. This means attention, but you're saying being in the here and now, and it has a different meaning than just paying attention. It is paying attention and listening and seeing, analyzing, understanding, asking questions,
controlling the environment.
Yeah, controlling the environment and being
never
conscious.
Swishing out.
Yes, and following, like having a line of thought. So you would go back to say, "Oh, don't you?" Even sometimes with the videos, you would say, "Oh, don't you remember we had that video? We spoke about it." And I'm thinking, what video? What is he talking about?
And I'm the one. Hundreds of them.
Yeah, we had hundreds of videos. So how can you just remember this one thing because we're talking about a topic that relates to it? I would have to go back to my database, trying to search for a keyword and thinking, oh yeah, we look for this, and you just know this is what happened. This is what the person was wearing. This is what the person was saying. So it's like you.
Even though it was like 300 videos ago.
Yes.
So, for example, if it is 300 videos ago, we've watched 300 videos 3 months ago, 6 months ago, or 5 months ago. You don't even remember anymore that we had that video in that list of 300.
No.
And I can connect with every one of the 300 and tell you 6 months later that you remember one of the 300, around 150, around this topic, around this date, around this month, around this topic, and what was inside, what the person wear, what did the person... After like thousands of videos we have watched together. Is that not everybody can do that? I thought everybody can do that.
No, this is the here and now aspect. For me, this is the here and now aspect of you are in the moment. You're really grasping everything. You know exactly, and it's like you're making a snapshot of this moment.
That's what I do.
And then you can recall it again. Yeah. And for me, it's like, no, okay, I paid attention. I understood what you were talking about. And this file is checked, so I'm gonna store it somewhere and then gone. Maybe I'm gonna put it in the trash can, not delete the trash folder, but just put it in the trash folder. So it's not this thing alone makes you much more different than everybody else. It puts you in this different parallel world. It's like you're speaking a different language. So.
Is that the reason why my wife is always saying, okay, I would not be angry at you. I would just... Okay, she doesn't argue. I'm always beating on her.
She is not.
She's also, okay. What not? Oh, okay.
Yeah, in regard, because for me, I'm always trying to, I look at something and I'm thinking, oh, this is a challenge.
No, even in 5 minutes, I have to be reminding you, hey, what's happening to you people? I'm thinking sometimes, what is happening to you? Are you people alive? But I think you are not most of the time because you are in charge of it. It's not even my job. I am doing my own thing, like I'm doing the teaching. And you are in charge of this thing. And I have to finish my own thing. I remind you, and then remind her. I'm supposed to think about to be doing my own thing. I said, my God, what's happening to people? So you are saying that's how human beings live, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
We live like with one antenna, while you have like 10 or 20 at
That's
the
a good
antenna.
description.
So every one of us has one antenna. We think about this thing. We try to concentrate,
Okay.
but we don't actually think about.
Parallel.
Yeah, it's like you said. Why should I have just one antenna? I can build 20 more.
Yeah.
While the rest is saying, I'm gonna maximize this one antenna. So even those who are very detailed and very focused are those who have maximized that one antenna.
I think that's why somebody, was it, maybe it was Maiwa or another lady from South Africa was saying, Pastor Sunday. Hey, we know what's happening. Why we are laughing? But sometimes I think, am I the one who is abnormal? Or everybody else is abnormal? So somebody else was telling me this. She actually, I think the lady wants to write a book, and she said, Pastor Sunday, I think what makes you different from all these great people is that they become great in one thing.
Yeah.
Very similar to the antenna thing, like Einstein, he became great in physics.
Yeah.
Or this one, they became great as an inventor. But you are an inventor, a writer, you like good in everything like that. But what stops people from? Nothing stops people from becoming like that.
No. Nothing.
So why not?
It's because they don't know it's possible. They don't know it's possible. Maybe even Einstein didn't know it's possible. I don't know. But to me, it doesn't look like he was like, oh, I don't know. Yes, I know I could do it, but I won't. I think he was very focused. He was very, very focused on his purpose, focused on what he wanted to do. And possibly I don't know. I don't really know him.
But for most
life.
people,
but for most people, it's like you already have to spend so much energy and time in developing that one antenna.
But I am focused on every other thing I do. The same, everything.
Yeah.
Or maybe, not? You tell me.
I think you just came up with another like invention or possibility or idea that is there for the human person that most people haven't discovered yet.
Is that the reason why people are surprised at all these my books, that I'm writing all these books, all these topics, different things? Because people seem to really be surprised by that.
Yeah.
And they don't even know that the only thing limiting me is because I'm limited right now.
Yeah.
They don't know that if I am really not limited, I would have been do even more. They don't even have time to read.
Yeah.
And they don't know
keep up with your writing.
They don't even know I can write 2 times, 3 times faster than that. Really.
Aye.
But I hope, the only thing I want to ask you now is that I hope I'm not this thing. I try to really come down to you people's level and everybody's level. I hope I'm not intimidating. I would not like to be intimidating. Or I am intimidating.
I can say you are intimidating at times.
But I don't do it intentionally.
No. I don't think you do it on time intentionally. I actually think because I live here and I can observe you, I think you intentionally do the other way.
Not to be intimidating.
Not to be intimidated. Like you try hard, and sometimes I can see that it can frustrate you that you have to go that low.
But I keep on punishing myself.
Yeah.
I keep on forcing myself.
It is quite. It is also frustrating for me because I think, I wish I could just also step up a game to make it also easier for you, because I know that my level is not your level. Like you're like millions of kilometers further, and I'm just thinking, maybe at least one thing I could do to add some relief. But I think that's the place where, the Bible says that there's sorrow in wisdom. That it's just the way it is. If you know so much and if you can do so much, you have to suffer for it at some point. Because we are so limited and we live based on our limitations, while you actually have gone beyond your limitations. And we are now trying to understand, okay, this is actually possible. We're like toddlers trying to walk while you're already flying a jet, let's say. So
that's why you were asking for volunteers last time. Maybe you should use the opportunity to also call for some now.
Yeah, I think this really gives you a really good idea of what it is like to work with Dr. Sunday. It's not easy. It really is not. And we do look for people for help in all sorts of things because there's just so much to do. You can imagine someone who has so many antennas, how many things he is producing.
Like all our 7 projects.
Yeah, it's on hold. It's on hold. We had the 7 programs.
Almost.
Yeah. We have the 7 programs where Dr. Sunday was supposed to release 1 video a day in regards to one particular aspect of life. And we've put that on hold because there's just so much. There's so much that is always coming out.
To the world.
Yeah, and we need workaholics, really. We need workaholics. We need people who will give 120%.
To move to Ukraine or to hide from where they are.
Yeah. This is what we need. It's just a lot. It's so much. It's incredible. And you heard it, like CIA is projecting him as, one of the people in the coming decades to control the world. What can you expect? What else can you expect? You can't expect to come here and then relax. This is not what's going to happen. But it's going to catapult you definitely to a height that you would probably not be able to reach by yourself. So if you're willing and eager to go that route, then this is the place for you. Definitely. You will have a lot of fun. You will have a lot of inspiration. You will have a lot of work, a lot of headaches sometimes, a lot of sacrifices to make for yourself, but it's so worth it. Like, it's so, like Maya and I said last time, we can't imagine going back to our old lives. This doesn't exist for us anymore. But amongst all the burden and the things that we have to say, that we have to do, nothing you can pay, nothing you can give to receive what you're getting here by serving. So,
and not being paid for it.
Yeah, and not being paid for it. We're not getting paid for it. We're still alive. We're blossoming. We're thriving. But we carry it a lot on our shoulders too. So, if you want to be part of it, join us. We have.
But they don't have to move here, though.
Yes, you don't have to move here. I know, especially there are so many people who can't, and Maya and I are some of those lucky ones who just had that predisposition because we're both single ladies, but also just determined. We left the things that could have held us. We left them. We decided to do that, and so you will have to take that decision for yourself. It's not in German to say das Leben ist kein Ponyhof, and here is definitely no Ponyhof. I know you don't understand it, though. Just to explain that this is not a kindergarten or a playground.
It's not the bread and butter.
Yeah, it's not bread and butter. So, yeah, join us from anywhere, really. So write us to vip@godembassy.org if you feel like you can do it, you want to do it, do it.
Even mentorship. Some people can still join the mentorship class.
Yeah, true.
How do they do that?
Yeah. You can join the mentorship program. We've opened up a second class because the first one is full. So if maybe you're someone who saw their email late, you can also email us to mentorship@godembassy.org and you will be given a new code. But you have to go through the registration first. You have to go to sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship and then register. And then from there you'll get all the information. So mentorship, join as long as you can because that class is going to be filled up very quickly as well. So yeah, I guess that's all for today. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go through all the numbers.
I know you will now.
Yeah.
Because it's so interesting.
Yes.
Such an interesting discussion. Maybe you want to read a few comments before you go.
Yes. Let me read some. Okay. Okay, so One person here saying, Morris is saying, I'm proud of you, DSA. Joe is saying, DSA, who do you think will, between Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker boxing match?
People are telling me there is still real life out there. I think that's what that person is trying to prove to me. I never expected that one.
Really?
Wow. I was thinking I'm going to say something serious.
Yeah.
I don't think that I'm in good command of what's going on.
Okay.
So I might not find time to be,
talking,
but I know I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that Joshua and Parker fight is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Parker is a serious contender. I don't even know why he took the fight, but I think he has a bit of pride issue there. And I think Joshua will just run through him. Either knock him out or he's going to beat him mercilessly for 12 rounds. Yeah. I hope not, but...
Interesting. Okay. You got your answer, Joe. Helen says, thank God for your intelligence. Jude is saying, my God, who is this African man? Mentor you are.
What?
Who is this African man?
Who said that?
Jude Becky.
Who is this?
Jude. Who is this African man? Mentor you are.
What does that mean?
I think he's
this
just
African man.
He's just acknowledging that you are very special.
But it shouldn't be.
You are.
It shouldn't be. That is what I dedicate my life to convince people about.
Yeah.
That there's nobody special. And nothing that I do you cannot do.
Yeah.
But I still have to realize, because you people are helping me to realize that maybe something is different that I should probably teach to other people.
Yeah.
But that otherwise I'm happy that I'm hearing it, but I'm thinking that life is predictable for everybody.
Yeah. You should probably talk more about it. That will be good, I think.
Okay.
Debbie is saying, DSA is certainly different and we are so blessed to be having a taste of you. Dadak Bon is saying, Julie, now comes the real serious question for DSA. Is God a dictator? Isn't it true that he creates us without our consent? Who told him to create us? And creating us in this fragile body, prone to diseases, without any spare parts. Even cars have readily available parts. That isn't fair, is it? Please, I need DSA's perspective on this. We can actually respond to this during the Ask Pastor Sunday show. So we're going to add this to the list of questions, and please tune in. It's actually going to be this Saturday.
Day after tomorrow.
Yes, day after tomorrow. Ask Pastor Sunday show, and it takes place at 12 p.m. UK time and 2 p.m. Ukraine time. Yes. So every second Saturday of the month. Okay, Abimbola is saying Julie is right. Is something I was saying?
If you say every second Saturday of the month, that means...
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Okay.
So, Saturday.
Every fortnight.
Yes, every fortnight.
In every 2 weeks.
Yes, every 2 weeks. Every fortnight, every 2 weeks. So, okay. I think that's clear enough. Ronka says, I better pass my neighbor. Yeah, that's in Nigerian mentality.
Oh,
okay.
I'm better than my neighbor. What is that? What was I trying to say?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Toro is saying DSA is totally living outside the box. Thank God for your life. Orami is saying, wow. Akin Boboya is saying, solitude is a state of being alone, detached from others, but in this case, it's for you to develop a stronger and closer relationship with God and discover yourself.
Yeah.
Solitude is the joy of being alone and is empowering.
Yeah.
Okay. Ronka is saying, in any position, it's a grace. Use it well to benefit others. Okay. Hello. Okay. Hello. Adishola is saying, wow, DSA, you are very intelligent when it comes to that. For everything, I guess. Miles, when does DSA find time to write? Okay. Well, you can add that question as well to the Ask Pastor Sunday show. DSA, you're just extraordinarily phenomenal. I respect you, my guy, from Chingwei. It takes mental training and condition, from Dadak Bon. I noticed it too. Jack of all trades and master of all. It is important to be value-oriented at any moment in a discussion like this. From Bolaji. Okay, it is very possible, but takes a lot of commitment and discipline. Most people can't put themselves through that. I think the antenna thing. Pastor Sunday is GO. That is why he can think quick and simple. He's heavily bloated. He has to upload to save time. Okay? DSA, this is also a gift because God knows individuals' ability. Parable of the talents. To whom much is given, much is required. I see God in Pastor Sunday and Adelaja. DSA, no intimidation at all. You found your calling and therefore love what you do. Okay? Thank you, Adaobi. DSA, you're not intimidating, but your personality is intimidating because you look so superhuman compared to the rest of us. Okay, thank you, Samuel. Akin is saying everyone will excel in whatever they decide to put their minds to, especially when it comes to a lifetime commitment. And he's also saying one thing we should avoid doing is bringing that same attitude that persists in Nigerian churches. That is being in awe of a human being. Yes, there's life outside of DSA platform. Okay. Exactly what I thought. Very well analyzed as per Joshua Parker fight. Kudos. Great analysis. DSA, please educate me how to learn any foreign language in 4 weeks, period. Okay. It's a generator that supplies light. Okay. The people who listen and soak up everything DSA teaches are special people. Not everyone is open to wisdom, intelligence, or personal development. Generator, okay. Okay. It is the cheapest. I don't know what they're talking about, a generator here. Okay. I believe when someone means DSA 1-1, there's a difference before taking any decision. DSA has got a great affordance mentality. Okay. And a few more compliments, and yes. Thank you everyone for all your comments. Very, very appreciated. Thank you for joining the conversation. It has been really great. Thank you, Pastor, for taking the time. We are way beyond our time, so we have to come back again in 15 minutes, and we'll see you in the next program where we talk about love. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
We'll come back for the love series very, very soon. 15 minutes time. Be there.